Okay, YouTube, welcome. Hello, we are live. We go to the main scene. I'm going to be working from this MDN Django tutorial. Let me get a few things set on my end first, though. Hey, there's my tea ready. Okay, we're about ready to get started. Okay, so in this tutorial, we'll show you how to allow users to log into your site with their own accounts and how to control what they can do and see based on whether or not they're logged in and their permissions. As part of this demonstration, we'll extend the local library website, adding login and logout pages and user and staff-specific pages for viewing books that have been borrowed. Django provides an authentication and authorization permission system built on top of the session framework described in the previous tutorial. I've skimmed that tutorial, it's pretty straightforward. The framework includes built-in models for users and groups, a generic way of applying positions to more than one user at a time, permissions flags that designate whether a user may perform a task, forms and views for logging in users. Wait, the framework, this is what so framework is Django. So Django has all this built in. Note, according to Django, the authentication system aims to be generic, so it does not provide some features provided in other web authentication systems. Solutions for some common problems are available as third-party package, for example, throttling of login attempts and authentication against third parties, example OAuth. In this tutorial, we'll show you how to enable user authentication in the local library website, create your own local login and logout pages, add permissions to your models, and control access to pages. We'll use the authentication permissions to display lists of books that have been borrowed for both users and librarians. The authentication is very flexible, and you can build up your URLs, forms, and templates from scratch if you'd like, just calling the provided API to log in the user. However, in this article, we're going to use Django's stock authentication views and forms for our login and logout pages. We'll still need to create some templates, but that's pretty easy. We'll also show you how to create permissions and check on login status and permissions in both views and templates. The authentication was enabled automatically when we created the skeleton website in tutorial 2, so you don't need to do anything more at this point. I think I did that in a different tutorial. Yeah, I did things like that. The configuration is set up in the installed apps and middleware sections of the project file as shown below. Installed apps and middleware. Got lots of middleware. Session middleware. Okay, we've got that. Contrib.auth, contrib.content types. Contrib.auth, contrib.content types. That's good. You've already created your first user when we looked at the Django admin side tutorial 4. This was a super user created by the command python manage.py create super user. Our super user is already authenticated and has all permissions, so we'll need to create a test user to represent a normal site user. We'll be using the admin site to create our local library groups and website logins as one of the quickest ways to do so. No, you can also create users programmatically as shown below. You would have to do this, for example, developing an interface to allow ordinary users to create their own logins. You shouldn't give most users access to the admin site. Well, yes, that makes sense. It's highly recommended to set up a custom user model when starting an actual product. You'll be able to easily customize it in the future if the needs arises for information. See using a custom user model when starting a project. If you're starting a new project, it's highly recommended that you set up a custom user model even if the default user model is sufficient for you. This model behaves identically to the default user model, but you'll be able to customize it in the future if need arises. That sounds good. From Django, where do we put this though? Some kinds of projects may have an authentication requirements for which Django's built-in user model is not always appropriate. Maybe I don't want to do this. Django allows you to override the default user model by providing a value for the auth user model, setting that reference as a custom model. So where is auth user model? There is no results found for auth user model. But I'm guessing it goes in here. Since my app.my user Syfty front and unless it's over here, unless it's just front end. I don't love the way I named these things. You know what, we're gonna go with the default user model for now. I can always rebuild it with the below. We'll first create a group and then a user. Even though we don't have any permissions to add to our library members yet, if we need to later, it'll be much easier to add them to the group once then into the individual menu. Start the development server. I think it might already be running. Yeah. And navigate to the admin site in your local browser. I'm already logged in. That's nice. Log into the site using the credentials for your super user account. The top level of the admin site displays all of your models sorted by Django application. From their authentication and authorization section, you can select users or groups links to see their existing records. First, let's create a group for your new library members. Click Add button next to group, create a new group, enter the name library members. Let's do groups, add, name, we don't need any permission to this group, so just save. You'll be taken to a list of groups. Groups, customers. Now let's create a user. Navigate back to the home page of the site. Click the Add button next to users to open an Add User dialog box. add user, test user 1. We can suggest strong password. It's okay that you saw that because I'm not going to deploy it with this test user in place. Raw passwords are not stored, so there's no way to see this user's passwords, but you can change the password using this form. Enter an appropriate username or password. Click Save to create the user. The admin site will create the new user and immediately take you to a Change User screen where you can change the username and add information for the user's model's optional fields. These fields include the first name, last name, email address, and the user's status and permissions. Only the active flag should be set. Further down, you can specify the user's groups and permissions, including the important dates related to either their join date and last login date. In the Groups section, select the library member group from your list of available groups. In the Groups section, select the customers. Then press the right arrow between the boxes to move it into the chosen groups box. Wait, what? The Groups section, select My Remember Group from the list of available groups, and then press the right arrow between boxes to move it into the chosen groups box. Groups. Customers. I don't want to move permissions. Okay, back up. Where was I? In the Groups section, select Library Member Group from the available groups. Oh, in the Groups section of this page, yes. Press the right arrow. Now it's in Customers. Test user is in Customers. Okay, we don't need to do anything else, so just click Save option to go to the list of users. Save. Just like save to go to those users. That's it. Now you have a normal library member user that you can use when testing. Once we've implemented the pages to enable them to log in. Setting up your authentication views. Django provides almost everything you need to create authentication pages to handle login, logout, and password management out of the box. This includes a URL mapper, views, and forms, but it does not include the templates we have to create our own. In this section, we show how to integrate the default system into the local library website and create the templates. We'll put them in the main project URLs. Now, you don't have to use any of this code, but it's likely you'll want to because it makes a lot of things easier. You'll almost certainly need to change the form handling code if you change your user model in advanced topic, but even so, you would still be able to use the stock view functions. Now, in this case, we could reasonably put the authentication pages, including the URLs and templates, inside our catalog application. However, if we had multiple applications, it would be better to separate out the shared login behavior and have it available across the whole site, so that's what we've shown here. Add the following URLs to the local library urls.py file. Oh, URL patterns plus equals. Okay. So okay. Local library URL, that's front end. Oh, wait, local library, Syfty front end, urls.py. You know what? I'm going to put this in with these. Include django.contrib.auth.urls. Okay. Navigate to this thing /accounts URL. Note the trailing /. Django will show an error that it couldn't find this URL and list the URLs that it's tried. From this, you can see that the URLs that will work. For example, URL Using the URL conf defined in Syfty URLs, Django try these URL patterns in this order: frontend, admin, accounts, login, logout, password change done, password reset done, account reset, accounts reset done. The current path accounts didn't match any of these. Okay. Now try to navigate to the login URL. This one /login. This will fail again, but with an error that you are missing the required template, registration / login.html on the template search path. You'll see the following lines listed in yellow at the section at the top. Execution type, template does not exist, exception value, registration / login. Template does not exist at accounts login, registration / login.html. The next step is to create a registration directory on the search path, and then add the original, and then add the login.html file. Templates directory. The URLs and implicitly views that we just added expect to find their associated templates in a directory registration somewhere in the template search path. For this site, we'll put our HTML pages in templates registration directory. Django project folder, templates registration. For this site, we'll put it in the directory. This directory should be in your project root directory, that is the same directory as the catalog and local library folders. Please create these folders now. Templates registration. Make the templates visible directly to the template loader. We need to add it to the template search path. Open the project settings, local library, settings.py, Syfty frontend, settings.py. Import the OAuth module needed by code below. That's usually how imports work. So in fact, I'm going to delete that bit of the comment. Dirs os.path.read basedir templates appdirs true. This is under templates. Installed apps middleware root templates. Okay, I already have appdirs true, so we just need dirs os.path.join basepath basedir templates. And then we're going to put some warning. The authentication templates provided are a very basic, slightly modified version of Django. You may need to customize them for your own use. Sure. Create a new HTML file and give it the following contents. Local library templates registration login.html. Templates registration. Where was I? Oh yeah. Login.html. Paste all that in. Let's take a look at what we just pasted. Extends basic generic.html, block content, if form.errors, p, your username and password don't match, and if next, if user is authenticated, your account doesn't have access to this page. To proceed, please log in with an account that has, if user.is authenticated, your account doesn't have access to this page. Oh, yeah, well, if you're already authenticated. Else, please log in to see this page. Form method, post, form username.label type, form.username, table row, table data, and table row, table data, form password.label tag, form.password, type submit value lock-in, hidden next value next. Assumes you set up the password reset in your URL conf. href password reset lost password question mark end block. Okay, we'll see if how it tells us to set that up. This tells templates share some similarities with the ones you've seen before. it extends our base template and overrides the content block. The rest of the code is fairly standard form handling code, which we will discuss in a later tutorial. All you need to know now is this will display a form in which you can enter your username and password, and that if you enter invalid values, you'll be prompted to enter correct values when the page refreshes. Navigate back to the login page once you've saved your template, and you should see something like this. Oh, base generic.html doesn't exist. So I need to go back in this tutorial. Let's find base generic.html. Creating our home page. Is this base generic? Okay, where do we put this though? The index template will need standard HTML markup for the head and body, along with navigation section and other pages of the site, which we haven't created into sections that display. Much of the HTML navigation will be the same for every page on our site. Instead of duplicating the boilerplate code on every page, you can use Django templating language to create our base template, then extend it to replace just the bits that are different for a specific page. The following code is a sample base template from a base generic.html file. Where are we going to put it? Local library catalog templates. Frontend templates, new file, base generic.html. Local library catalog. That's my Syfty frontend static CSS. I don't remember what it was called. Styles.css. It's kind of ridiculous that I've done all this work and haven't committed a thing to Git yet, but oh well. Let's see if that was enough to fix things. I've kind of lost track of some of the details here. Template does not exist at accounts login. So I need to somehow let it know that base generic is here. Local library catalog templates and paste in the following code. The code extends our base statement on the first line that replaces the default content block for the template. Welcome to new viewers who have just showed up. Thanks for stopping in. Nice to have you here. Local library catalog templates. Index.html. Let's see if I can get this one to So here's block content, end block. So you know what? It's time to use git here. I have a whole bunch of files. What directory are we in? EKND Syfty web UI Syfty frontend. Okay, this is the right place. Git add dot commit shm Django basic page. So now I can always git revert. I can always git check out that. But if I can also just play around with this and see if I can just get this detail.html to extend base generic. Front end. Oh, I didn't. Oh, detail is the one that I changed. Darn, somehow I need to tell it that it needs to look for that thing. URL mapping overview. When we create the skeleton website, we updated local library / URLs pi to infer that whenever a URL starts with catalog is received, the URL conf catalog.urls will process the remaining substring. The following is nocated from library.urls includes catalog.url module. URL patterns, path catalog include catalog.urls. Let's go back to where we were. And let's check that index and detail still work. That index. Learn Python 3. Okay. Okay, learn Python 3, unit test. Learn Python 3, PyTest. Or just learn Python, unit test. Okay. That all still works. What I don't have is this base generic.html wired up to the right things. New request. They've got all those models. The local library base template. The index template. Context is such and such. Return render request HTML context equals context. referencing static files and templates. Linking to URLs, configuring where to find templates. Here we go. Backend, Django.templates to backend, Django templates, DIRs, AppDIRs. The setting of AppDIRs true is the most important. It tells Django to search for templates in a subdirectory of each application of the project named templates. This makes it easier to group templates with their associated application for easy reuse. We can specify specific locations to search for directories using DIRs, but that isn't needed yet. At this point, we have created all the required resources to display the index page. Run your server and open blah 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 in your browser. Everything is configured correctly. Your site should look like the following screenshot. Let's go back to user authentication and permissions. Extend space generic. Local library templates registration. Log local library templates registration. So that's Syfty frontend, templates registration, login.html. Oh, this I already have here. Okay, let's go to accounts login. Template does not exist at accounts login. Base get generic. Syfty frontend templates base generic.html. Oh, maybe I need to put it there. Base generic.html. Delete this one. Syfty frontend templates base generic.html. Move to there. Reverse, oh, no reverse match. What does that mean? Quincy says, huh, I've never seen someone code with Django before. Very interesting. Yeah, it's interesting stuff. Maybe I'll show you a little overview of what I did last time. Because it's a nice framework. Now I'll keep going with what I had. No reverse found at a tux at index. It's not like the sort of thing I can Google. At the moment, product is treated like a variable and evaluates to blank in the error messages. Syntax for specifying URL is, wait, so what is the problem? No reverse match at a counseling. Reverse for index not found. Index is not a valid view function or pattern name. Oh, okay. UL sidebar nav. That's in my base registration. URL, but there is no URL. I need to give it front colon index. That should solve that problem. Hey. Things are getting stitched together. Very nice. Okay, we'll go back to the tutorial, go to the next step. If you log in, you'll be directed to another page by default. The problem is that by default, Django expects that the user probably will take to a profile page, which may or may not be the case. you haven't defined this page yet, you'll get another error. Yeah, that's fine. Open the project settings, local library settings.py, and add the text below to the bottom. Now when you log in, you should be directed to the site homepage by default. Login redirect URL in local library settings.py. That's, for me, that's Syfty frontend, settings.py, login redirect URL. Do we have a login redirect URL? No, so we'll add a new one. Except this is actually going to be patch front end, I think. Let's go back. That's either one login. Hey, and now we're logged in. Although we don't have any stuff about the fact that we're logged in on this page. So I think what I want to do is go to my front end templates, detail.html. I just want to, or index.html. I just want to put in a link to extends base generic block content. So I want this to extends base generic block content, and then I need to close where I've done that, base generic login.html and block. Detail.html, index.html, and block. Now let's try this. Hey, yeah, I mean, this is a little silly that at home is, and all books and all authors obviously is broken, but we're making progress here. Let's see, let's follow the tutorial into the next step. Logout template. If you navigate to the logout URL, then you'll see some odd behavior. These will be logged out sure enough, but you will be taken to the admin logout page. That's not what we want. Only because the login link on our page takes you to the admin login screen. If only because the login link on that page takes you to the admin login screen, that is only available to users who have the staff permission. Create and open local library templates registration logged out.html. Copy in the text below. Local library, so Syfty frontend templates registration logged out. New file log out.html. Paste in all this stuff. Okay, let's go to this thing and log out. Logged out, click here to log in again. Log in. Now what I want to do is add to my templates base generic. I want to take away all books and all authors, especially since those don't even work. Let's add an li a for f equals quote close a close link to element log out, and this is going to be percent URL log out, log aug, oops, percent, like that. Okay, let's try this. Log out, home. Of course, I don't want it to be that this is viewable. Live chat is currently unavailable over there. That's interesting, but I can see it over here, so we're fine. I don't want anyone to be able to see this page when they're not logged in. So we're going to have to fix that. The default password reset system uses email to send the password. You said restart that you need to create forms to get the user's email address, send the email, and allow them their new password, and to note when the whole process is complete. Following templates can be used as a starting point, password reset form, but you'll need an email backend, right? Something to actually send the emails. Anyway, local library templates, registration, password reset form.html, registration, password reset form.html, get this content, paste it here. Password reset done.html. New file, password reset.html. Copy in this stuff. Password reset email. This template provides the HTML email, the text of the HTML email containing the link reset, password reset email.html. I'm interested if they're going to set up an email backend or not. Password reset email. Someone asked for password reset email for follow the link below, protocol, domain, URL, password reset confirmation, UID, 64 equals UID, token equals token. Okay, fair enough. Password reset combination. This is the page where you enter your password after clicking the link in the reset email. Password reset confirm. Password reset confirm.html. Extend space generic. Password reset complete. .html. Note the password reset system requires that your website supports email, which is beyond the scope of this article, so this part won't work yet. To allow testing, put the following line at the bottom of your settings.py file. This logs any email sent to the console, so you can copy the password reset link from the console. For more information, see sending emails. Okay, this is fine. Django.core.mail.backends.console.email.backend. Put that in your settings.py. Where are my settings.py? Syfty frontend settings.py. Email backend equals that. So let's test these things out. Log out, click to log in again. Test user 1, lost password. Test user 1, reset password. Oh, you need to give them an email. I didn't give test email 1 a password. I didn't give test email 1 a, okay, where is test user 1? Oops. Again. Address test email at test user 1 email address at email.com. Save this. Now we go here as back to searches list, log out, click here to log in again. Let's log in as test user 1. Log in, let's log out. Click here to log in again. We lost password. Paste this reset password. Email you instructions for setting your password. If they haven't arrived in a few minutes, check your spam folder. That seems useful. And now we check the console. Yep, someone asked for your password reset for the email test user 1 email address at email.com. Follow the link below. So we follow this link. New password. Suggest strong password. Change my password. Date password for test user 1. Yep. Password has been changed. Log in again. Test user 1, we've got the new password. Log in. We're logged in. I want something that here that displays who is the current logged in user. And I want people to log in with their email, not with whatever username. So that's something to figure out later. Let's commit setup login and password reset. Git push. And you know what? Let's put this git link. Actually, I'm not sure whether I should have settings.py because that has a key in it. I'm not sure whether I should put that in version control, but since this is a development server, I feel okay about it. And with that, let's take a let's take a quick break from the stream. I'll go back to the here. If you want to, you can read about sending email. And I'm going to take a break from the stream. I'll be back shortly. Okay, let's bring it back. So I guess I'll read about sending email since I left that for you to read. Mail is sent using the SMTP host and port specified email host and email port settings. The email host user and email host password settings, if set, are used to authenticate to the SMTP server, and the email use TLS and email use SSL settings control whether a secure connection is used. Note: characters set of email sent with Django.core email will be set to the value of default character set of your choosing. Send mass email, mail admins, mail managers. Examples: to send an email. I don't want to programmatically necessarily send an email in my own code. I just want to have um, I just want it to I want the user login stuff to automatically send email messages for a password. Email backend, SMTP backends. Instead of sending out real emails, the console just writes the emails that would be sent to the standard output. The console standard writes the standard out. You can use a different stream-like object by writing stream keyword, file backend, not intended for use in memory backend, dummy backend, defining a custom email backend. If you need to change how emails are sent, you can write your own email backend. I don't want to do that. The actual sending of email is handled by the email backend. The email backend class has the following methods: opened, close, send messages. It can also be used as a context manager. Hmm. Testing and templates. You can get the information about currently using different templates using the user template variable. This is added to the template context by default when you set up the progress as we did in our skeleton. Typically, you will first test against user as authenticated template variable to determine whether user is eligible to see specific content. To demonstrate this, we'll update our sidebar to display a login link if the user is logged out and a logout link if they are logged in. Update the base template, base generic HTML, and copy the following text into the sidebar block. Sidebar nav, class sidebar nav. Templates, base generic, sidebar nav. I already gave it a logout, so let's take that away. And now let's see about this. User test user one, logout. In test user one, login, user test user one. We can log out. Now, views, or let me look at my local library, Python Django, select user to change, home. You are authorized as test user one. Let's authorize as Eric. Searches. Let's say that this is test user one email address at email.com. Save. And this one, oh, that's the one that I just did. So learn Python 3. We'll also do this test email.com. I think I want the selection to drive from the user. So when I go to my models, .py, I actually want this to be user equals models. Okay, let's go back to the main Django tutorial. Because there's something in here that's relevant to what I'm trying to find. Part 2, I think, is the one with models database setup. Neat. Django use user in a model. But sometimes we need to do a bit of fine adjustment to fit our web application. Commonly, we want to store a few more data related to our user, but the next question might be, how should Django developer reference a user? The official Django docs lists 3 separate ways: user, auth user model, get user model. From django.contrib.auth.users, here we go, import user. That'll do. Post author content, author equals models.foreign key, user on delete models.cascade. Owner equals models.foreign key, user on delete models.cascade. Why is owner? Oh, oops, owner equals author. That's not right. Syntax highlighting. It's useful. Okay. Um, so now templates, detail.html, index.html, if latest search list. That comes from the view. Results doesn't exist. Detail, render, frontend detail.html, index, search equals search objects.get, search ID. No, I want index. Request. So now Django get logged in user. First make we have the session middleware and authentication middleware is added to middle class. The current user is in the request object and get it by request current user equals request.user. Current user equals request.user. Now, what do I want to do? From Where was I just before? I was in models. Django.contrib that okay. So I'm gonna write the SQL first. Select search objects. This is like half SQL, half something I don't even know what. From search where user equal current user. Oh, you know what we need to do? Python manage.py make migrations. Module frontend things have no attribute results. Why does that matter right now? Okay, let's undo. I'm gonna give it back results because apparently it needs it. So copy that, then redo everything, then paste that back in. It's impossible to add a non-nullable field owner to search without specifying a default. This is because the database needs something to populate existing rows. Provide a one-off default now. This will be set to all existing rows with a null value for this column. Quit and manually define a default value in models.py. We're going to do the second one. Default equals I don't think it's going to work if I say default equals 1, but let's try it. Oh wait, it's email that has the problem. Wait, migrations add field owner to search. Okay. Python manage.py make migrations. We already did that. Python manage.py make migrations. Oops. For its own sake. Great. Now we can go to views and Python manage.py shell. Was that it? What it was? Okay. Users. User.objects. List? No. From views, we have users.order by. How about users.object? User.object. Django.control is a user manager object. That's not quite what I want. Let's go back to the Django tutorial. No, this one. question.objects.all. Okay, there we go. Search objects from query set. That's not right. I don't want all. Okay, time to do this. Let's bring up the AI. I'm working with Django. I've created the following model. Models.py. I've created the following model. Let's give it text. I have a view function partially written, which looks like this. Want to edit the view so it pulls those search objects that belong to the current user. Error occurred. Refresh. To fetch search objects that belong to the current user, you can filter the search objects in the ordered field that is a foreign key to the user model. Here's how you can modify your view function to assert this. Filter owner equals current user dot order by. Okay. Thanks, artificial intelligence. Owner equals current user. Current user is right here. Oh, need the correct indentation. Now, let's go into our UI. Refresh this. Reload. Uh-oh. There's something wrong here. Where is it? I know there's a problem somewhere. What's the problem? Oh, context equals. I don't know how that got there. There we go. Now we've got it. Owner is test user 1. Save. Now, here we go. Owner is test user 1. Save. Hey, this might actually be working. Log out. Home. Simple lazy object. I don't know what the problem is, but we're gonna not think about that right now. Oh, oops. Field ID expected got simple lazy object anonymous. Okay, anonymous user object. So I need to say if user dot is first. Let's just log in and see if it works. Sammy, say hello to the camera. Oh, good kitty. Okay, off you go. So that's good, but I need to check if the user is authenticated. Tree can check if the user is authenticated on the user object. If not, user that is authenticated, return redirect login. That'll do. Need to import render and redirect. Django.showcuts redirect. Okay. Now let's go back to, where is it? Login as test user 1. Oh, you got these things. Now let's create a new user. Admin. Eric. Searches, actually users. Add user. Test user 2. Suggest strong password, that'll work. First enter a username and password. Test user 2. Save. Test user 2 email. Rest at email. Email, not gmail.com. Save. Now home searches. Add search. Subreddit learn Python. Looks like testing. Test user 2. Save and add another. Subreddit Python. I don't know, Django. Test user 2. Save. Now refresh. User Eric. No searches are available. Awesome. Home. Log out. Log as test user 2. Python. Python test search term is Django. Learn Python search term is testing. Nice. Obviously this page look is kind of garbage, so we've got some work to do. But the basic functionality is working in that users, well, I need to be able to create, it's CRUD, it's create, read, update, delete, all the way down. Okay, that's a good place to git commit. We can probably ignore some of this PyCache stuff. Contract files for migrations. Looks like we want to keep that migration. Are we in the right directory? Yeah. Git status. db.sql. Oh my gosh, the db is committed. Oh, I feel silly. Okay, add that to git ignore. Well, no, why not have the database in modified? Oh, I guess I probably already had those PyCaches. Git rm cache star slash PyCache star. No matches found. Py. Now git status. This. Deleted. Okay, I for taking away the PyCache modified. Okay, that'll work. Git commit. Py view searches owned by logged in user only. Git push. Git add dot slash dot get status net update get ignore and include describe dot text. It's a little silly that the database is in my Git repository, but I'll definitely clear that out for a production deployment of this thing. In fact, let's add that now. Git add git status git rm finish cached db.sqlite3 dot commit remove db from version. Okay, time for another break. Let's do that. let's get back into it. I want to fill out the CRUD functionality for why does it say question dot question text? That's gonna be, if anything, an error. Well, I'm tired. This might be the end of this stream for today. Let's just look at detail. Why is oh, because okay. Question dot question text. There is no question. Oops. So this would be search. I guess we could do ID. I don't love that an integer ID is there. Django use UUID as primary key. I have to implement a custom user model, it looks like. It might look like I'm doing nothing, but I'm actually thinking. Let's look at the describe.txt. Users will be able to sign up with their email ? Users will be able to log in and log out. They'll be able to log and see and edit their list of searches. Search will consist of a subreddit and a search term. Users will have up to 3 searches for now. So we need to, I'm going to give a third search. Log in as Eric. Let's create a new, add a new search to, let's do learn Python and unit test 2, even though it would never actually find that. Test user 1, save. Okay. Now let's say, let's go to frontend templates, index. Oh, I don't want to call this latest search list. I want to just call this searches. So we go to the view, and instead of, we're just gonna say all. This will be a good time. Let's get sure that this works. Log out, log in as test user 1. Is that who I gave it to? Yeah, 3. I don't love that the ID is in the URL. I can refactor that later. So this is no longer going to be called latest search list. How do I don't know how to select multiple things. Searches equals search objects of filter owner equals current owner dot all. Searches is that. Searches index HTML. If searches for search in searches. Length of searches. Oops. I don't know why I automatically took those things away. Search quota 3 used 3 available. Oh man, what did I do wrong? How do I just put in arbitrary Python code? Oh, it's double braces. Oops. Could not parse the remainder searches from length of searches. I guess you can't just use arbitrary Python code, huh? Execute arbitrary Python code in Django temp. Variables look like this. Filters. Oh, you have to do something weird like that. Okay. Searches length. 3 used, 3 available. Cool. Now if I log out and log in as test user 2, 2 used, 3 available. So then we can say if searches.length less than equal to 3. Boy, it does not like this. Oh, wow, that did some weird stuff. Let's go back to this. Comments. If. How many of these are there? 50? That's not so bad. Here we go. Less than 3. Less than or equal to, but this is searches. Length less than equal 3. Else and if else p you reach the limit of searches now slash p. Slash p create search. It doesn't think it likes that, but maybe it's fine. Create search. Okay, page not found. But if we go to log out and hit test user 1, we still have create search. Oh, it has to be less than 3. Because if the limit is 3 and we're asking whether they can create one more, yeah. dot definition limit searches to 3. Let's log out and log in test user 2, who only has 2 searches. Create search. Now I need to think about how this works. Find in Syfty frontend.urls. URLs. All patterns. Meanwhile, we've got frontend URLs. Let's say path create views.create name equal create. I think we need a trailing slash there. Now we got to go to views, def, west, search ID. Oops, what language am I using? So the things that happen are let's do create.html. I'm going to include a we're not going to include the search.subreddit or the search term. Create. There's no search.id. Create search. Subreddit. Value is going to be empty string. Search term value is going to be empty string. Search equals search of user owner equals user. A search needs search.save subreddit equals request the post subreddit. Search term equals request post subreddit. What's it complaining about now? Comma. Redirect detail. This is not quite right, but we're gonna get close. That's weird. Oh. Form. I don't want to give any context. Frontend form.html create form.html. Oh, I want that to go to index href equal create form. No, that's, oh, because I didn't want that to go there. URLs create form name equals create form. Wait, how does it be doing that? I don't even understand how it's getting to that code. request URL, all that, front end create form, 4.1.7, okay, sure. Exception value subreddit, multi-value dict, key error. So subreddit equals def create request. Why is it in, I should be in create form, shouldn't it? Views.create form. There we go. H1, I just need that to be plain text. Valid view function or pattern name. Create is here as a view, but maybe it's not here as a URL. App create view.create views.create name equals. I need a comma here. Subreddit, learn Python, Django, okay. Concat can only concat, okay. Yeah, I knew that redirect was gonna be funky. Can I just redirect to string of search ID? Reverse for 7 not found. 7 is not a. Huh, I did it twice. So if I actually go to frontend/7, it's fine. But how do I get it to? Oh wait, front end slash plus that. Ah, now let's try it. So I need to. I have so many in there. That's obnoxious. I definitely test user 1. We want the ones that belong to test user 2. That's test user 1. That's test user 2. Wait, I don't remember which one I was deleting. Well, that's okay now. Log out. Test user 1, log in. Oops, well, we need test user 2. Create search, ASDF, ASDF, ASDF. The frontend.views.create didn't return an HTTP response object, it returned none instead. Oh. Come on. Hey, we got it. And now we've got too many. So let's go back to and searches. I definitely want the string representation of search. So models. Where's models? Models, there we go. Plus, comma, plus self dot owner. I think I can just chain things like this. Ooh. String. Okay, there we go. So let's delete these ones that belong to 3. Yes, I'm sure. Now, log out. That's user 2. Log in. No searches available. Oh, that's okay. That's a mistake by me. If searches, we display the searches. Else, no searches available. So let's reorder those. Create search, subreddit search, learn Python, unit test, go. I don't love the UI that it prompts you to edit it right away. Oops, I don't love that it's learn Python, learn Python. Oh, that's because I typed it in both places. Learn Python, how about unit? Was that a mistake in the way learn Python, unit test, go? That's a mistake in my views. Subreddit search. Now I want to add a delete. What is that? Delete. Name equals delete. Leave my comma there. We need to go to views dot f delete request. I want to add a new function. Delete function for search up. You can create a new view function that handles the delete request and then add a sporing URL in your URL subheader file. Here's an example implementation. Delete search. Sure, we'll call it that. Except we're going to redirect it. Oh no, it's having trouble. This has got to be the views thing, right? Use step by def delete. Okay, if not user, return redirect login. Search equals get object or 404 ID or equals request dot user. If request dot method equals post, search dot delete, messages dot I don't know about messages, so we'll just delete that. Return redirect index, that's fine. Context search equals search. Delete search.html context. I don't see where that's necessary. I'll comment that out for now. Oh, it remembers that it was called latest search list. That's cute. For search and searches. For search and searches and for view. Why is it having trouble? Invalid syntax. Where's my invalid syntax? Delete comma views dot delete. Frontend.views has no attribute delete. Delete search, just delete. Reverse for delete search not found. Just delete. Need to go into urls.py. Oh, maybe I need the slash there, although if that's true, I don't know why I didn't need it there. Oh, it's got to be front end delete. That's in index.html. Reverse for delete with arguments 12 not found. Tried front end delete. Okay, throw this at the AI. Oh, search int search ID delete. View delete. The view front end delete didn't read an error. Views dot front end dot delete. Front end dot views dot delete. How do I get it to do? How do I get it to post? Okay, that's not right. Maybe we need a form here. Action equals front end delete search.id. Input type equals submit. Value equals delete. Delete didn't return an HTTP response object. Oh. Files. Next HTML. Action equals type equals post. Well, I don't understand what that other code was for, but let's try it. So if, oh, I probably have to say method equals post. Still not getting the post. network, delete. It's a post request. Whoa, wait a second. In the template, there is a CSRF token template tag. Okay, I don't have that. Form. There we go. I'll copy this out again because again I don't understand what it's supposed to be doing there. Turn redirect. How about front and colon index? Whoa. Did I delete both of them? Learn Python unit test. Okay. Uh-oh. I just want that to go to 15. So why did it, if this is going to be views, oops, I don't know what I was trying to move, but I don't want to move it. Views create. Well, we could just redirect. What if I redirect to nowhere? See, it wants to. Why does it want to do that? That's really annoying. There we go. Learn Python unit test. Create search. Learn Python Django. Learn Python 2 Django. We delete one, then we can create a search. If we view it, I'm going to take away this 27 and just make that a edit. It's a little silly that it's an H1, so let's make it an H2. How can I view page source? There we go. Here's HTML. Please write some CSS for it. Now, how did it go about getting the oh, this is getting messy. Static CSS style. Here we go. Wow, that actually looks kind of legit. I'm gonna go on a spring break. I'm getting a phone call. Maybe get something good. Okay, welcome back. I think I'm actually going to, oh wait, let's do this. I'm gonna go, there's my beeper, insulin diabetes beeper. I'm gonna go off of the stream now, take care of some things. Thanks for watching, those of you who did. It's been good. I made some progress on the site.